We're gonna start the stream in just a little bit. Make yourselves at home. Make yourselves at home. It's going to be a decent little stream that we got here. We're not gonna be doing anything too crazy. Just gonna be talking a little bit. Probably reacting to some videos and shit. But welcome everybody.
I'm here for the auction.
It's a bit late for that, son.
I'd like to buy some time.
Come with me. So,
True Vision starts.
Let's get the show on the road. What's up everybody? This is a small little stream today. Out seeing how everything goes. Some of these are kind of crazy, low key. Boy, damn, every day? That's what happened to his eyes. That's 75 is kind of crazy. Low key, I want to see it.
A boy ate 75 chicken nuggets every day for 7 years. This is what happened to his eyes. MN is a 15-year-old boy presenting to the emergency room with something happening to his eyes. About 2 months ago, he noticed bad things happening. He'd wake up in the morning and he just couldn't see. Everything was dark. Things got
What the
better as the
fuck?
day passed, but then worse again at night. He told his parents, they brought him to the eye doctor, and by every objective measure, the eye doctor didn't find anything wrong. MN was as healthy as can be. See ya next year, and he was on his way. But every morning, things just kept getting worse. MN was a picky eater. One day when he was a toddler, his dad, Matt, gave him a dinosaur chicken nugget, and it was over. It basically became the only thing that he'd eat every day. Sometimes he'd add candy gummies, low-cost chocolate bars, and a juice drink that was made with 3% juice. And it had to be the exact same juice from the exact same style container, otherwise he wouldn't drink it. And if his dad so much as poured just a little glass for himself, MN would totally refuse to drink that bottle. One evening,
What
Matt
the
prepared some
fuck?
different food for his son. MN didn't like it, and
This nigga sounds like a fucking little bitch. But who am I to stop him, bruh? Who am I to stop him? Bad-ish from getting. Hold up. If there's a fucking delay, let me see. Apparently it's a fucking delay that's causing maybe some issues. I don't know. Just tell me if we're lagging and I'll try and fix it. If we're lagging, we may have to lag a little bit.
threw it against the wall, throwing a temper tantrum until finally he got the dinosaur chicken nuggets that he knew and loved. Every day, he would eat at least 75 nuggets as his only source of sustenance. Frustrated, Matt gave up because he just didn't have the mental capacity to fight with his son over something so trivial. Good thing this kid only eats cheap stuff, he thought. MN liked to play video games, but one day, his parents saw that he was just staring at the wall instead. Must realize how cringe these games are, his dad thought. MN liked to watch meme videos on his phone, but one day, his parents saw him just staring at his hands instead. Maybe can't stand the secondhand embarrassment from this brain rot slop, his dad thought. Skin deep, it looked like MN wasn't even paying attention to what he was doing, but in reality, he couldn't see straight ahead. It was only when he looked indirectly that he could see what he wanted to see from the side of his field of view, but very
Oh, damn.
quickly, he couldn't even do that. MN would walk into walls so hard that it would knock him down just because
What? Oh, yeah, that he's cooked. What? I don't want to watch this whole thing, but I want to really know what he got.
it doesn't just cause blindness. There would be other symptoms like stomach pain, cognitive impairment, muscle weakness, problems walking, none of which MN had. This is more or less what you would get with most other heavy metals too, so we can be fairly confident that he hasn't been poisoned with heavy metals.
So you know what? Hold up. I'm gonna do this now real quick to make things a little bit easier on us. Fuck you, fun. Go streaming too. Yes. So that should be hopefully good enough. Actually, can't see this dude. Hold up. Let me turn up my fucking mic real quick. Only reason I had it that low is because I think I'm fucking too loud on this. But anyways, alright, there we go. Let me turn up the fucking audio a little bit more. That should help us with the whole
metals in his food. What other toxins can be found contaminating these foods? How about poisonous alcohols like methanol? This happens sometimes too, but there's an easy way to tell if this is what's happening. MN had a blood test when he presented to the emergency room. Methanol is similar to ethanol, the alcohol in adult beverages. In the body, both get metabolized and broken down by the same enzymes. It's just that because they're different chemicals, they're broken down to different chemicals. Ethanol's metabolites cause hangover, but methanol's metabolite is a toxic acid, causing blindness. And that's the thing, his blood isn't acidic, it's actually a little basic, so not methanol poisoning. But speaking of blood, do you remember that it took a little longer than normal for his blood to clot? Well, vitamin K is the nutrient that's involved in forming blood clots. If his blood is taking longer than normal to clot, and vitamin K is needed to make these clots, then it could mean that he's somehow deficient in vitamin K. This isn't the cause of his blindness, rather, it totally changes the mindset. Rather than MN consuming a toxin causing blindness, maybe his problem is that he's not consuming enough essential nutrients instead. And this was the only abnormal value in that standard blood test. These don't test for anything directly or related to specific vitamins or micronutrients until they're ordered. At this realization, the medical team probed further. They asked MN's parents how strictly he ate this way, and his parents laid it out. He meticulously ate just chicken nuggets every day for several years. And once
I still can't believe that. How do you go eating 75 chicken nuggets a day for 7 years and not get did he not try like a burger? Did you not try like anything else? Like any fruits? Anything, bro? You just decided to eat chicken nuggets for the rest of your life. And that's really what you did.
he figured out how to heat up the nuggets himself, they just let the kid do whatever he wanted. But if this is the case, then what nutritional deficiencies can cause blindness? One is vitamin B12. It builds the nerves in the body, and its deficiency degrades many nerves in the body. It doesn't seem like this is what was happening to MN because all of his reflexes were intact, so none of his other nerves other than the optic nerve seem to be impacted. Copper and zinc are necessary for retinal function, and without them, it can result in decreased vision. All three of these can be tested for deficiency in blood, but there's one more vitamin.
Mountains of flavor, those crispy peaks, 12 flavors so bold.
Fucking eat Wingstop.
For the medical team to consider. Vitamin A is a name for a group of chemicals that in the body are responsible for a cycle that supports turning light into the electrical signal that the brain can interpret. In deficiency, these structures are no longer maintained and blindness starts to settle in, possibly ending in permanent damage because of atrophy. Looking at the nutrition facts of the only foods that MN would eat, vitamin A was nowhere to be found. Copper and zinc were absent too, and given that MN's selective eating behavior wouldn't permit for him to even take a multivitamin or supplemental nutrients, all of this makes sense. His optic neuropathy is from a nutritional deficiency caused by eating only chicken nuggets every day for at least 7 years, adding up to...
Okay, so bro is just nutrition deficient. Yeah, that'll probably happen when you eat fucking chicken for 7 years only. That's not what we're here for. But low key, recommend me something to react to if you want me. If you want me to react to anything, you could just put it in the chat if you want to. I've actually seen this clip before. This is like one of the funniest clips you'll ever see. That shit dead ass is so. Oh, fuck. And it's in fucking Chinese. Holy shit. What? My homeboy Black Cape. Let's see what the host got going on over here.
I bet. The scene kicks off and Bruce is held captive at the military base. Glenn Talbot has locked him up, hoping to use the Hulk's DNA to create super soldiers. And you might ask, why does he want to do this? For the bag, of course. He trying to line up his pockets. But no one said it was going to be easy. Bruce transforms into the Hulk, shattering the containment tank. If I was one of the workers and I seen him screaming like this, I would have been out of there. Ain't
Gone. Absolutely. I would have not been there anymore.
no way they can pay me enough to stick around. And you can tell by the look in their faces. They knew they messed up. Glenn, still thinking he's in control, orders his workers to gas the room, hoping it will knock the Hulk out, put him to sleep or something. But that did not work. Hulk just sneezes and blows open the door. And when they say money is the root to all evil, they weren't lying. Glenn sends out his soldiers with non-lethal weapons. Like what? These niggas basically just signed their own death contracts. They used foam to try to hold him, but he was quickly breaking out of it. Glenn shoots Bruce with an explosive, but it bounces back, blowing him up. And I guess special effects and CGI came a long way, cause what the hell is this? This looks like I made it. Commander Ross sends his soldiers and they start spraying him with bullets, but those bullets were as useless as those lifeguards at the Olympics. He was eating them hoes like Hulk then starts destroying everything, so Ross shuts the lights, leading him outside. Hulk breaks out and starts hitting the jets, and this is hands down the most accurate speed we've ever seen on screen. People always forget how fast the Hulk actually is. He can run over 300 miles per hour. Shit, if I had this speed, I'd be running to all the bitches' houses. But I ain't got none, so let's get back to the video. With one massive leap, he jumps all the way back to his childhood home. But they were not letting him off that easy. As soon as he lands, they blow that bitch up. And when he looks up, they drop like 1,000 missiles at him. They're really trying to send him to the shuttle realm. But he wasn't gonna let that happen. He jumps out of there and lands all the way in the desert. And y'all see these hang time? He might as well be added to the flight club with Captain Marvel in them. Cause ain't no way he's just floating in the air like this. The army pulls up with 4 tanks and they start blasting Hulk. He dodges a few missiles, then charges right at them, shoulder checking
Nigga, missiles. Those are shells.
the tank, flipping it over, then spinning that shit around and throwing it like 200 yards. He was straight up flex.
Yo, to whoever says the Avengers really don't be killing people, bruh, I want you to take a look at this, and I want you to know them niggas are dead. Be 100% dead. They did not survive that. The Avengers dead ass be killing people on the low, bro. They do. They just have a great PR team, honestly.
Every time he did something crazy. He then jumps onto the second tank, ripping the top off, flipping it over, and had those soldiers dropping out like Skittles. They shoot him, knocking him down. But yeah, I don't think that's the best idea, because all
Motherfucker almost took out his own teammates.
the real Hulk fans know the more his fury builds, the more unstoppable he becomes. So that's a lose-lose situation. Shit reminds me of that stupid question people keep asking. Would you rather have a thought daughter or a gay son? Nigga, I'd rather be dead. Nah. Hey, that was a joke. He gets back up and starts whacking the tank, destroying it. Then walks right up to the last one, twists the cannon, and had that shit pointed right at the driver. And his face said it all. I'm cooked.
Yo.
Commander Ross then calls the president, talking about we need more firepower. And honestly, what did they think? 4 tanks was gonna take down the Incredible Crash Out? Stupid. Hulk was really out here flying. And y'all know that bold dude with the cool shoes? Yeah, he's all hype. Hulk should be the real logo. He makes it onto the mountain, and then 3 choppers pull up and start shooting at him. But clearly they didn't get the memo. I don't know why they were that close. Hulk jumps onto.
This nigga just took out 4 tanks. And you want to send less vehicles at him. I don't know what the fuck y'all are doing. Y'all seen him jump before. Y'all know he can get there, bro.
The chopper takes it down and had the pilot
Now look
screaming,
at y'all dumbasses.
like, bro, it's too late. It's GG's. And to make sure
You
the
knew
pilot
that was
was
gonna
really
happen,
at
bro.
the pearly gates, he smacks him, confirming the kill. He then grabs a
Yeah,
rocket from
that
the
makes
chopper
sense.
and throws it at the other one. He misses, but it was close enough that the pilots almost took each other out. Hulk then jumps onto the mountain while Ross is firing multiple missiles. And yeah, he misses every single one of them. At this
I'm not even gonna lie. After he took the first helicopter down, I'm leaving. I'm taking my helicopter and I'm getting the fuck out of there. There's no way I'm staying. Just destroy 4 tanks and then a helicopter with ease.
point, I'm convinced that some of these soldiers lied in their resumes, because these niggas really can't shoot for shit. This is the same shit that Angel Reese be on, shooting under the basket, and then has the audacity to compare herself to Caitlin Clark. Like, are we watching the same game?
That is blasphemous!
Anyways, Hulk starts running in circles and they can't even scratch him. He was really out here making them rethink their job, swatting missiles like, nope, get out of here. Then catches one mid-air, bites the top off, spits it back out, and boom, that chopper was on its way down. Bro had Commander Ross in disbelief. Bruce then leaps away trying to escape because he ain't want to hurt no more soldiers. He lands between the rocks, but these high
Hulk's got at least like 30 bodies in this one like scene alone. At least
hard-headed
30.
ass niggas start firing missiles at him, causing the entire area to collapse. RGB, Commander,
Okay.
I think we got him. Thinking
just
they've
not gonna
taken out
stop
the
him,
Hulk,
though.
the soldiers fly off, and not even a minute after, their radar lights right back up. Honestly, did they really believe them weak-ass rocks were gonna kill my goat? Commander Ross calls Betty to warn her that the Hulk is heading her way, and I don't know what's wrong with niggas. It hasn't even been 2 minutes after a whole battle, and he already out here thinking about the huzz. Hulk makes it onto the Golden Gate Bridge, yeah, that iconic bridge that Caesar took over. Jets pull up and start blasting him, almost causing the chopper to crash. This forces the jet to fly directly at the bridge, but Hulk leaps onto it, forcing it to scoop under. After saving those thousands of people, these ungrateful soldiers take it up a notch. They fly all the way up, damn near into space, had his lips and face all dry like nigga really needed some Vaseline. He plummets back down, crashing right into the water, and they waste no time dropping explosive right on his ass. And of course, again, for some reason, these soldiers were still confident that they took him out, but maybe I'm wrong. They probably just wanted to clock off because this would have been the longest shift ever. And Bruce somehow bulldozed his way all the way from the river to the city. Like, bro was really trying to outdo that ugly rat from The Incredibles. And this would have been the biggest L if you parked on that street. Because your car insurance company is just gonna make up some fat excuse not to
Yup, you gonna have to pay $100,000 for your car, buddy. They don't do superhero like insurance over there,
pay
but
for that damage. As soon as you walk in, they're gonna be like, yeah, nah, sorry mate, we don't cover green giants flipping cars. You're gonna have to pay for that yourself. Anyways, every soldier, police officer, and SWAT team pulls up, and I gotta give it to them, they brought a lot of firepower. But what was that gonna do? Bring them justice? Nigga already destroyed like 5 choppers and 4 tanks. You think more firepower is the answer? Yeah, alright. Betty then calls her dad, Commander Ross, and was like, you're just gonna get him more angry. Let me handle this. And at first I was like, who this bitch thinks she is? But man, this girl really had this nigga transforming back to Bruce Banner. Like, ain't no way she got the Incredible Hulk in a chokehold like this. She gotta be giving him the hug and spit on that thing.
how the Hulk didn't go to jail, I still don't know, bro. He really should have been in there with like the worst supervillains of all time. But somehow he's a hero. Somehow. Shout out Blackgate. That was a good ass video, honestly. Or Equalizer. Let's fuck with this one.
So y'all talk about the John Wicks, the Jack Reachers, even James Bond. But do y'all know about Robert McCall? You better find out. So Mr. McCall presses up at this restaurant, usually during those demon hours, right about the same time you're reaching for that lotion by your bedside. He just be there sipping his tea, reading, and minding his business. Then there's Terry, a teenage girl who's always at the spot chatting to him. You might be wondering, why is she out so late? Well, Terry works for a Russian company that's the real life version of OF. So one day Terry is chilling at the spot with Mr. McCall, just chopping it up, when she gets a call from Slavi.
And you know what else is massive?
Her pimp named Slickback, telling her that Peter Griffin booked her. Basically Chris Browns her every time she gets booked. Damn. And asks her if she could go with someone else. But Slavi's like, nah, he wants you. And the worst part, Brody was already waiting outside. Like, damn nigga, how quick? You can see her eyes tearing up right before she leaves. And of course, Mr. McCall's clocking the whole thing, feeling bad for her. She leaves the restaurant and gets in the car. The next day, Mr. McCall returns to the restaurant, carrying a small cake for Terry. She greets him with a smile and hesitates for a moment before asking, do you mind if I sit next to you? Her voice is soft, you can tell she's kind of unsure. McCall nods, gesturing to the seat beside him. As she sits down, his eyes immediately catch the faint bruise on her face. Like, what the fuck was Peter Griffin doing? Was he trying to fight or was he trying to have a good time? Cause shit, nigga, he could have paid me. I would have gladly pulled up and ran this fade. But
No, on Peter Griffin, he was probably trying to fight. He was probably trying to fight. Honestly, I don't even know if I can show this on YouTube. It's on YouTube. I don't know if he got demonetized for it though. Might not have to. He might not be able to fuck with that one, honestly. How much, if anyone could tell me, how much does this nigga get paid for this video? For that Tomorrow Teachings video? Because, yeah, that's insane. Penguin Zero, I guess. What the fuck is this?
This whole time, you really thought carrots were food? Wow, I'm almost envious of your thinking the Earth is a globe. I don't mean to be rude, I'm not trying to giggle at your naivete, but come on. Carrots? Food? Imagine. What is this, the Magic Treehouse or something? It's ridiculous. Yeah, you know that thing Bugs Bunny's eaten in the cartoons for like 100 years? The beloved orange carrot, as it's so called? Fake. What it actually is birth control. And luckily, we have a highly intellectual mind that's bringing us back to common sense when it comes to this poisonous menace. Carrots.
A lot of these plants we eat, like carrot, people think are food. They're not food. The orange carrot was created at the turn of the 18th century, and we act like they've been around since the turn of time.
So this lady who looks like a Viking that was ordered from Temu after she slaughtered 15 squirrels and stitched their pelts together to make this jacket is educating us all on the history of carrots and trying to open our third are not food.
This is a wild carrot, also known as Queen Anne's lace. They're far from the sweet and tender carrots we're used to. Through selective breeding practices that began in the 18th century, agronomists transformed these wild roots into the big orange carrots we see today.
Carrots lore so deep it's got League of Legends writers sweating. I appreciate the historical breakdown on the genesis of carrots. And now let's see where she goes with this. Now we know where they came from. Well, what's the point she's making?
You know what?
What most people don't know is that Queen Anne's lace, the root itself, was used as the morning after pill. It is so toxic, it will abort a fetus. And yes, it's not as toxic now that we've bred the poison out of them, but this is the fucking kids.
Oh, zoinks. Gotta be honest with you, crazy lady. I think you've been boofing a little. As you just said,
whatever she smoked, it was laced with something, because this is fucking insane.
Through many years of breeding, they got the poison out. So now, the modern carrot is not the same thing as Queen Anne's lace. They're very different. You can't bite down on a carrot and expect it to abort a fetus. Also, from what I read, Queen Anne's lace can't do that either. It was used as a contraceptive. From everything I've read, it couldn't do a fucking abortion. But maybe if you, like, mega-dosed it, like if you set that Wumbo serving size up, maybe it could then. I don't really know. But what is 100% irrefutable, as she even admits, modern carrots don't have that. What is the argument you're making?
It's gotta stop. I don't want to see babies eating herbs that are able to abort a fetus. That is what Queen Anne's lace looks like. And this is what we've created today. This is the clown food. Do you guys see it? You see how it looks like it should be in a circus?
Goofball, you need to be in a circus. What? Like, this isn't even like a good point you're making. You already admitted that it is not poisonous anymore. So it was derived from something that was used as a contraceptive. You're not feeding babies a contraceptive. You've already established that that's not the case. It's like getting mad at toilet paper because it came from trees at one point. Like, it's separate things now. The modern carrot is not the same thing